Lindsay Hoops for the Peripheral Vascular Cardio and Pulmonary Assessment. Good afternoon. My name is Lindsay Hoops and I am here to do your heart, lung, and peripheral vascular assessment. So first, the thing I'm going to do is take a look at your general appearance. You look good color, and I'm also looking at your weight to height distribution because obesity is a #1 risk factor for cardiovascular disease, but you look fine. And then the first thing we're going to start with is your peripheral vascular assessment. So I'm going to have you go ahead and hold your arms out front, and then I'm just taking a look at your color, kind of tan on the bottom, which is summer, so it's appropriate. I'm looking for any lesions, hair distribution, swelling, or any wounds, and that looks fine. And then turn it over. Okay, that looks good. Turn it back over. Okay, and now I'm going to check for temperature all the way down. And it's warm, it's not too hot or too cool. Okay. And now I'm going to take a look at your fingers. I'm looking at for any clubbing, which is a sign of chronic hypoxia. And then I'm also going to be checking for capillary refill. And a normal is under 3 seconds. And then if it was abnormal, that could mean that you have some vascular issues. But yours is under 3 seconds, and I don't see any signs of clubbing. Okay, perfect. Now if you could put your legs up on this chair. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm looking for any swelling, any lesions, rashes, and then hair distribution, because if there's swelling or like poor venous return, sometimes you won't have you could have hair loss and it'll become shiny, but I don't see any of that. Color looks fine, and they're both symmetrical. Check for temperature all the way down. Okay, and then I'm going to check your capillary refill, and that's all under 3 seconds. Okay, so now we're going to check your pulses. If you could turn your head just a little bit toward me. There we go. First, I'm going to check your carotid pulse, making sure I'm underneath the carotid body, right next to the trachea. And I'm feeling for the upstroke, which is nice and smooth. And I'm feeling a 2+, which is normal. Okay, and then the other side. The trachea. Perfect, and it feels symmetric. And make sure I don't occlude both and do a light touch so I don't decrease any blood flow. Next, I'm going to check your brachial. Okay, and they're symmetric and +2. And then your radial, and it is symmetric and +2. And then there's 2 pulses on your feet I'm going to be checking. The first one is the dorsal pedis, which there's 2 landmarks you could use right here, or then there's this bone. And so you go right next to this bone, and I'm going to be both sides. Okay, and they're symmetric, +2. And then your posterior tibialis, the landmark is your malleolus bone, and you go right underneath it. And yours is easy to find. I get a +2, and they're even and symmetric. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we are going to look at your chest. I'm looking for your respiratory rate, your posture, looking at color. There's no cyanosis. It's unlabored. And then I'm going to have you go ahead and stand up right here. And I'm looking at your posterior anterior to transverse ratio, which is 2:1, which is normal. And then your chest is shaped like a cone, which is normal. I'm looking for any structural abnormalities such as pectus excavatum. And then I'm going to have you turn this way. And I'm going to put my hands right here, and I'm going to have you take a nice deep breath, or turn a little bit more. I'm going to have you take a nice deep breath in and out. And I was checking chest expansion, which that was good. And then I'm going to put my palms right here. I'm going to have you say 99.
99.
Say 99 again.
99.
And then 99.
99.
Okay, perfect. You can go ahead and take a seat again. And that was checking for tactile fremitus, which would be increased in cases of pneumonia. All right, so next I'm going to take a listen to your lung sounds. I'm going to start at your trachea. Make sure I'm on the right side here. Okay. Okay, and this side. Okay, and then just kind of breathe normally and I'll let you know. Nice breath in and out. Okay, I'm gonna have you lift this arm way up. Okay, in and out. And in and out. Right. This arm down and this arm up. Okay, perfect. And I did 3 on your right and 2 on your left because you have 3 lobes on your right and 2 on your left. And then I'm going to have you kind of turn this way a little bit and I'm going to listen to your back if you're able to. Oh, no, face the camera. There you go. Okay. Get over here. In and out. And if you feel lightheaded, let me know. Okay, so that was all normal. I heard bronchial up top, and then in your sternal area, bronchovesicular, and then I heard vesicular down in the bases. All right, so next I'm gonna have you go ahead and lay on this couch, and I'm gonna be checking your JVD, and I'm gonna have you kind of turn your head, lay back, and then lay your down, and then turn your head. And I'm making sure that the vein right here is flat, which it is. If it was elevated, you could measure it, and it would be a sign that you have increased pressure. And then while you're laying down, I'm gonna look for your point of maximal impulse, which is the 5th intercostal space, and then the mid-clavicular line. And I'm gonna feel for that. And it's right there. And then while you're lying down, I'm also going to be looking for any abnormal pulsations or anything like that, which I don't, and that's good. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and sit back in your seat up there, I'm going to take a listen to your heart sounds. All right, at your 2nd intercostal space on the right side is your aortic. I'm listening for any clicks. I'm listening for that S1, S2. Hear it? And then on the 2nd intercostal space on the right side is your pulmonic. 3rd intercostal space is the tricuspid. Or I'm sorry, the 2nd pulmonic. And then the 4th is the tricuspid. And then the 5th midclavicular is the mitral area. And then I'm going to turn and listen with the bell to listen for any lower frequency and make sure I don't miss any murmurs. Okay, and that concludes our assessment.